Hi, this is Kunal from Loop 91. Welcome back to ServiceNow Hidden Gems, where we explore powerful but lesser known capabilities inside ServiceNow platform. In this episode, we are not looking at an API, but a system table that can silently break your outbound notifications. The table name is bounce email addresses. You can access it through system logs and bounce email address. If you were to look at this table, what you would find it contains a list of email addresses, how many times sending email to this particular email address has failed, and what is the state of this record. So if I wanted to block all email not going out to able tutor, I could simply double click and change it to block. The moment I change it to block, any email going out from this instance to able tutor will not even be processed. What I mean by that is the moment ServiceNow needs to send an email, it will check against this table, and if a record exists and the state is blocked, email will not go out. As simple as that. And the tricky part about whole process is that it fails silently. So there are no obvious logs, there are no obvious errors that are thrown. It will just not send an email to this address. To really understand how this works, we will try and create a scenario where this fails again and again. For now, what we'll do is we will copy this email address and try and send 4 more emails to this address. The idea is if the fail count crosses 10, the ServiceNow will automatically make the state to blocked. So I have created an notification for this. Here this is. And I will remove this email and enter the one that we copied from there. That's it, and enter. That is now added. Let's lock this up and save this. This email will go out anytime a record on this table proposal task is either inserted or is updated. And what it will contain is nothing. It will just contain the subject that this email should bounce and number of the task. Now, this is the table that we were talking about. So let's send an email from there. We'll save this record, and this should trigger an email, outbound email. Right, so that was an old one. Let's wait for the new one to create. Yeah, this is the email that has been triggered by our actions, and it is sent. Now my instance is connected to a Gmail account, and as soon as the email is bounced, it will send an email to ServiceNow saying that this email was bounced. It ideally takes 2 minutes or so. So what I'll do is I'll pause this video and I'll start back once I have that notification here. And yes, we now see that email has come to us. It took roughly 2.5 minutes, but yeah, we got it. The idea is that once ServiceNow knows that this was not delivered, what it will do is it will automatically update the record here from 6 to 7. Now, outgoing emails to this email address have failed 7 times. Now, the threshold for this to convert to block is 10. So I will manually change this to 9 for now and re-trigger an email. And the moment it turns to 10, I am hoping that this will turn to blocked. So let's trigger another email to this and control save. This should trigger an outbound email. Yep, this is the email that has triggered, and I'm going to pause the video again and resume once I have the failure email address. Hey, so the delivery failure notification is here. It's in our inbox. Now we will go and check what happens to the fail count and does the state change to blocked. I'll refresh the list, and the moment it touches, it is now blocked. Now, one funny thing would happen is that it fails silently. And what I mean by that is, if I were to modify this notification and add another user here, for example, this email is wrong@example.com. Now, For people who are not aware of it, example.com is a domain owned by Mozilla Corporation, the makers of Firefox browser, and they have openly asked people to use this for testing, which means you can use example.com domain for your email testing. All right, so now this email should go out to Eileen Morton, and this email is wrong at example.com. So we will trigger another change, and again we save it. This should ideally trigger another outbound email. And if I were to preview this email, I was hoping to see it in a better manner. Preview email. Okay. This email will not go out. That's the idea. Let us see. Email sent. And if you see, the record changed automatically. The part where it says this Eileen Morton at example.com was removed, and it was removed by ServiceNow. And it says blocking bounce email address Eileen Morton at example.com. So this is the only place you will find that this email was blocked. And as always, if you like our videos, do subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, share it with others. Thank you for watching.